But this is because of different reasons. You are not requiring resource or goods from her. You can acquire it yourself. You're acquiring other benefits. So her looking good is on the top tier of your priority list. For women, it's not. You need to understand this stuff. So many guys out there are saying, if you're not 6 foot, if you're not a Brad Pitt, or you're not an amazing looking guy, then you're fucked. And that's just bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. And alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Self-Developed YouTube channel. You beautiful people, as always, comment below where are you from, what time is it, and hashtag Self-Developed Army. Let's get it going, guys. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully you're having an amazing one. High energy. Let's get it going. So guys, in this video, I believe I titled it Female Nature Explained, or 3 things you probably didn't understand about female nature. Now, the information I'm about to give you guys here is very, I would say, contradictory. It kind of goes against what a lot of the red-pilled community says, and not because I'm a white knight or I'm, trying to save women or for them, or I'm against any particular person. No, I like to give you guys a very unbiased opinion based on, yes, my experience, but through me coaching thousands of men, I really have built a solid grasp on this, and I feel a lot of these individuals who spit a lot of times hate. I'm not necessarily saying what they're saying is false, but I think they're seeing it from a faulty, kind of cup half empty point of view. So let me give you the other side. Number 1, guys, females are not inherently gold diggers. Now, what do I mean by this? I know probably I got a ton of dislikes. Yes, you see a lot of times in the media, and you see a lot of times in these extreme cases, these pranks or these little skits, etc., of gold diggers. So we're talking about a guy pulls up into a Lambo and says, hey, will you now date me? You see it all over YouTube, right? They're pretty funny, actually. And maybe at first she was like, no, because you don't drive it. And then the second she finds out the guy's a Lambo, all of a sudden she drops everything and she goes with him. Or, I don't know, girl only dates guy because she finds out he's a millionaire, etc. Now, I get it, and on paper, it does look like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, all girls are gold diggers. But let me break it down. What you guys need to understand in the most practical stance is that femininity is looking for resource. Now, the reason they're looking for resource is for their offspring. A lot of times it's not even so much for them. A mother's connection to her child, or her child that will come through hormones like oxytocin, is almost unbreakable. It is insane. The extent to which a mother will go for her child, I would even argue supersedes the extent that a man will go to improve his life. Like, you take pure, potent masculinity, the drive, the tenacity, a woman's connection and drive, I'm almost getting teary-eyed thinking about this. I was raised by a single mom. For her children, matches just that. A woman's going to do whatever she has to do for the survival of her offspring. Yes, even if that means going into the Lambo or saying yes to the lots of money. I know a lot of times, guys, this seems very superficial, but once you begin to understand it from the context that she's just looking for resource, guaranteed resource, this is why women inherently are much more fear-based. Why do you think this is? Because men have the capability to hunt, to fight, to gather this resource. Women don't have that same capability, so they need to look for individuals, for men who are going to be able to provide that capability. Whether you want to call that a gold digger or not, it really doesn't fucking matter, but that's the reality, right? I really just want to change your perspective on this, guys. I'm not saying what's happening is necessarily true or false, it's just your perspective. Because once we change this, everything begins to change. Number 2, guys, the second thing on female nature that I feel a lot of people misconstrue, looks for a man is not the only thing that matters for a woman. In fact, I would even say it is not the most long-term important factor, period. Now let me break this down again. Yes, guys, looks do matter, of course, this is inevitable, but what you must understand is, like I said with number 1, all a woman is looking for, all femininity in its purest form is essentially looking for, is this potential, or is this guarantee for resource. Now, if you being a good-looking man can increase the chance of you gathering this resource, maybe you're a model so you can make a lot of money, or usually that's how like if you're a good-looking guy, usually that's what it comes down to, because believe it or not, like I just said, looks don't matter nearly as much as you guys think you do. If you being good-looking is not affecting your ability or capability for resource, for acquisition, to have goods, then it really means close to nothing. Now, I'll give you an example. There are a lot of amazing looking men out there. You know, I went to high school, I went to college like you guys too. I've seen these guys. Now, some of them, yes, I'm sure they were also able to acquire tons of goods, but I know a lot of these guys that either turned out to be gay, they turned out to be very feminine, they turned out to be pretty weak, they didn't really have much drive or ambition, and because of that, they suffered tremendously with women. It's really that simple, guys. If your looks are not equating to your capability of resource, then after she gets to know you, right, past the superficial phase, she's gonna leave you. This is why looks are not the most important thing. Now, the reason I know this is because logically as men, you're pretending women view men the same way men view women. Now, flip and conversely, the way a woman looks is very important to a man. Very important. Men are very visual, but this is because of different reasons. You are not requiring resource or goods from her. You can acquire it yourself. You're acquiring other benefits. So her looking good is on the top tier of your priority list. For women, it's not. You need to understand this stuff. So many guys out there are saying, if you're not 6 foot, if you're not a Brad Pitt, or you're not an amazing looking guy, then you're fucked. And that's just bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I mean, you look at guys like Elon Musk. No offense. He was ugly as shit beforehand. I don't know if you guys saw some older photos of him, really weird teeth, like fucked up hairline, everything. Any girl would die to be with him, and I think, like, I'm a guy and I would fucking be with him, right? No homo, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he's such an amazing mentor. He's accomplished so much. He's a fucking hero, dude. If I saw him, I'd fangirl in a second, right? Looks and things like that can always come after, and isn't that funny? Like, as he grew older, he actually got better looking, because a lot of times that's what happens as men. It's just you guys are way too focused on the way you look, too focused on superficial things that really don't mean too much. So instead, what do? Stop focusing so much on the way you look, these superficial acts that really actually don't matter in the long term, and go acquire your goods, your resources. That's what fucking matters. You think a woman, if she knew a guy was an NFL player and he was making, let's say, $500,000 a month, doesn't even have to be an NFL player. He was a well-successful guy making a good 6 figures a year, right? But he wasn't the best looking guy. Do you think a woman who is in need of that resource is going to turn that down? No. 9 out of 10 times, no. Maybe if she's in her party phase, but that's fine, guys. You have to understand that women in their party phases are completely different. Like, they're not looking for anything long-term, and a big reason for that, again, is because they don't need it. They're in their party phase. They have a mommy and daddy. They have a house to live in. But when reality smacks them upside the head and they realize, no, you need resource, all of us need resource, things change, okay? And the third thing, guys, on female nature that maybe some of you knew, maybe some of you didn't know, is that if you are a man, right? This is kind of like man nature, but it's both. If you are a man, there is no limit to the woman you can date. And I don't mean... that sounded bad. I don't mean go around and be a man whore and just date 10 women at once. I mean, dude, again, this goes back to what I said before. If you're not the best looking guy you feel, or if you think A, B, C, D about yourself, that, you know, I can only date women who are, you know, at my tier list, whatever it is, that's bullshit. Similar to money, finance, resource, I love this. I love this. This is in your blood. This is in male nature blood. There's no cap to man. There's no limit. The amount of money you can make, the amount of resource you can make, all of the limit you have is in your mind. All of it. I mean, you think of Elon Musk. Like, that motherfucker has no limits, and that's why he's a god. Because it shows us as men the epitome of what we can achieve. It's the same thing with women. And what I mean by that, guys, is if you want to go out with that beautiful girl, if you want to have that amazing girlfriend, that amazing wife, that amazing family, whatever it may be for you, you can fucking do it. Yes, even if you're not the best looking guy. Why? Because you have the God-given right to go achieve resource. You have no difference in achieving a resource than I do, guys. It is all one and the same. So with that said, guys, I'm going to finish this video here. I know the sun just dipped, but we're going to keep it going. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And as final plugs, guys, if you guys would like to work with me on a personal level, there is always one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and the brand new self-development course 2.0, guys. You know what's up. It's here. I want you right now, go download yourself the free half-an-hour version of the Self-Development Course 2.0. In that, you're going to have tips all on improving your physique, your relationships, and creating the life you desire. It's free. You can download it below, guys. If you like it, you can purchase the full 3-hour-long course, but if not, you have that course completely free. Thank you, guys. I love you all. I make these videos out of love, not out of hate, guys. There's too much hate and bullshit in the world. We need more love. We need more understanding. We need more of seeing life from both sides of the coin. And once we can do this, we improve our lives and the lives of everyone else. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. Go download that course. Give it a try, and I'll check you in the next video. With that, much love. Peace.